Wool felt versus bamboo felt. From a milliner's perspective, what's the difference? There are many properties that these two types of felt share that are important to know about for a milliner.
Both wool felt and bamboo felt are available in a wide range of colors. These are some wool felt hats from my collection, and these are some bamboo felt samples.
All the stiffeners that work on wool felt work on bamboo felt. So if you're used to what sort of stiff texture is imparted to wool by a stiffening agent, you can assume that the same type of effect will happen when it's applied to bamboo felt. Both wool felt and bamboo felt are dyeable. Wool felts, you have to use an acid dye, and that's requires some careful temperature control and minimal agitation to keep the wool felt from shrinking or thickening in the dyeing process. But if you're familiar with that, it's an option. With bamboo felt, that is composed of cellulose fibers. I prefer to use fiber reactive dyes on cellulose fibers. They react at room temperature on something like bamboo felt. And so the process can be done in a bucket. Cellulose fibers don't really shrink with room temperature water and minimal agitation. So you're fine. You can get some interesting dye effects on the bamboo felt with fiber reactive dyes. There's one more area that's the same from wool felt to bamboo felt, and that is the strength of the non-woven. So this is a piece of wool felt, and if you're familiar with the blocking process, you know that the strength of wool felt is one of the desirable qualities about it because you have to apply quite a bit of pressure to the wool felt to get it to conform to different complex block shapes. If I try to rip a hole in this, I can't do it. And that's a property that I found was not true of the cotton felt that I compared to wool felt in another video on this channel. So what about bamboo felt? Now this piece here is a scrap of the bamboo felt that I used in making this hat style here that Zelda is wearing. When I apply pressure to this piece, ah, applying the same amount of pressure that I did to the wool. It's sturdy, it's strong. You can't rip this up with just your bare hands. There are some properties that are different between wool felt and bamboo felt, and let's talk about those now. One major difference between the two is wool is an animal product. It is composed from the fleece of sheep that is sheared off and then felted into either a hat body or flat felt yardage. Bamboo felt is a plant product.
Health and safety considerations.
On a related note, some people have an allergy to wool. As a theatrical milliner, we always have to ask what sorts of relevant allergies our performers might have. It's not that somebody couldn't be allergic to bamboo, but definitely if you have a performer with a wool allergy, perhaps bamboo is a good quality way to create a felt hat style like this one here without using wool for that performer's health.
Wool felt is sold in hat bodies, and bamboo felt is sold by the yard. Here's a wool cartwheel hat body, and here are cut lengths of bamboo felt. Bamboo felt can be blocked, but because it is sold in flat goods only, to create a brimmed style, you'll need to stitch it into a hat body before blocking it into the style desired. Cost is another variable difference between wool and bamboo felt.
Basically, you can decide what you want to spend on wool felt. You can find an inexpensive hat body on Etsy, perhaps for $15 to $20, or you can expend a lot of money for some of the more specialty finishes, velour, melusine, printed felt, hand dyed felt. It can get quite expensive if you have the budget. This bamboo felt is $16 a yard for a 40-inch width.
Thickness or weight is another point of difference.
In February 2021, when I'm making this video, bamboo felt only comes in one thickness, tissue felt or a featherweight felt. Wool felt comes in a variety of different thicknesses and also finishes. You know, sometimes the thickness is imparted by a texture. It comes in heavier weights. There's also the question of where you buy these. So wool felt can be purchased from any millinery supply company. As of the making of this video, the only place I was able to find bamboo felt for sale was a vendor on Etsy. I'll put that information in the description of this video, and perhaps that will change after more people in the millinery community learn about bamboo felt as a potential hat making material. This is a versus video, but I don't actually mean to set it up as a cage match between wool felt and bamboo felt, fighting it out to be superior. If you're intrigued, I encourage you to go out and find some bamboo felt and experiment.
If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell for notification of new content, and join me every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern for my live studio stream.